Example of using ng-repeat in a nested way. So you have one ng-repeat and then we have another ng-repeat inside that. Not only that, we want input elements in that. So the way to do that is if I click on add fields, it should add one field. If I click on it again, it should add another field. Then for each one. So my initial object is something like this. I have language, color, and quantity. So let's look at the code how to do that. Now in this code, you can see this is my object, which I get initially. Okay, it is an array of objects, and there are 3 properties in each. Notice that there is no array of objects as the 4th element. So when I loop through for the first time in my ng-repeat here, I get these 3 properties displayed. Next, we have an ng-repeat here, and this time the elements are not present until I click. So this ng-repeat doesn't work because there are no elements here. However, there is a button called add usage row. So when I click on add fields, it goes to add usage row, and then in the add usage row, let's see in the JavaScript, what does add usage row do? This is an add usage row. I take the index of the item that was clicked on and I pass it in as item. But now, for the first time, I need an array here. I don't want an array in the second time. So my object should be something like, I've commented it here, that I want an array identified by one key. And then inside that I want objects. The first time I want an array and I want only one object. Second time when I click, I want the second object. I don't want a second array. So it's an array of objects when I click on add fields. Here it is on the, here I click on add fields and I want, it created an array. You can see that it created an array here. And yeah, that's an array. And then if I click on add again, within the same array, I'm getting the object. So this is the requirement. Going back to the code now, what I do is first I take the size of this object. And in my case, I have assumed that all objects will be of same length. So all objects will have only 3 properties here. So if it is 3, all of them will have 3 or 4 or n. All of them must have the same length. That's the simplification I've used. In cases where you have varied lengths, we should probably find a different way to measure the original size of the stock item. So I call this stock, and each one I would like to call stock item. And we can use the JavaScript object.keys to get the length of this object. And then I'm creating this scope usage, which I don't think I needed, so we'll leave that for now. So in the add usage, I'm passing that item and I'm checking if the original size and the current size is same. In the first iteration, it will be same. So then I take that item and I'm adding a property now. So this is the key. UArray is the key, and the property's value is this. Okay. Now second time when I come in, this will not be true. So it will go on to the next one. And by this time I already have that UArray. So I don't have to create UArray. I already have the UArray for this item. Okay. Then in that item, I'm just pushing an object. This will make an object like this. Or if you look at the code, it makes an object like this one. Let me check if there is something more to be seen here. Okay, we'll check the remove usage. In case we click on the removes, we need to pass two values. We will need to pass which stock item. So each one is called a stock item. The whole thing is called a stock, and each row that you see here is the stock item, and this is called the usage. So when I click here, I should pass the stock item as well as the index. That's what I do. I click on the stock item and the index. You may notice that stock item is one row of the stock. Another thing that is important is we need to have this track by dollar index. Otherwise, we will have this duplication error. This should be on the top ng repeat, not the second one. It worked for me in the top one. Now we pass these two of stock item and dollar index, and that is received here in this function in the JavaScript, stock item index, and I'm just splicing from this position, from this index, the position I'm splicing one item off. That's how it works, and I hope it will help you. Thank you.